Hi everyone, welcome to Shelf Control. I'm Norm,
I'm Lisa.
and today we're doing our top 10 list so far, the second one. So we have reviewed 20 more games from the last time we did the top 10 list so far. And so this is a good time to see how those 20 games update our current top 10 list.
So if you haven't seen our top 10 so far, go check that out. It was quite a while back.
If you have and you need a reminder, here are the old top 10 list up here.
Or you can go watch the video.
We're going to see how these change with the 20 games that we've reviewed. So it's 40 games total, just those 40 games that we're counting. There may be other games that we've played that we might like more than some of these, but we haven't reviewed them. We haven't looked at them with the critical eye. So this is just the games that we've reviewed, and we think that might be a useful metric for new gamers coming in, seeing how as new games get added into the mix, how that changes the top 10 lists.
Indeed.
So we've got our old top 10 list up here.
You did great matching colors until you got to 4.
So it was the way that these little magnet strips came out of the package, so I can't take any credit for that or fault. So, whew. All right, so who's going to go first?
So how do you want to do this?
We're going to go from 10 to 1, obviously. And since there's 40 possible games, we're not creating a stack of games to pull them up. I'll put like a little image somewhere so you guys can see what the box looks like.
And we've got a weird setup going on here. And apologies now for the lights.
We tried our best to get the lights so we don't get the glare on here. We got a glare behind my head, which is casting a shadow over here. Hopefully in editing, this is somewhat readable. If not, I'll try to expand on it or do something to try to help. But we're working through this with our limited light and our limited space. So
one day we're going to have adequate space and adequate light.
That'll be nice. We could be real YouTubers then.
Someday I'm gonna be a real boy.
I doubt it.
Yeah, we're not very good at this.
All right.
You gonna start with your number 10?
You want my number 10?
Number 10.
It's not on this list.
Not on the list.
Oh dear, I have to write it?
Yeah, you have to write it. So I will prepare.
Okay.
So Terraforming Mars is moving down for now. It might move up. Who knows?
Don't look. It's Dead Reckoning.
Dead Reckoning
Is my number 10.
Number 10 is Dead Reckoning. I'm going to write new, because it's new to the list.
All right, what's your 10?
So Dead Reckoning, that's over your shoulder over there. So not gonna pull it out. It's a huge box.
There it is, right there.
So my number 10 was Amsterdam. My number 10 is Merlin, and
it's not on there.
Merlin is not on the list. So. Merlin. And so Amsterdam's going to move down for now. And that one is also new to the list.
All right, bear with us, folks. This may take a while.
Looking at your top 10 list, we used Pub Meeple, where you put in the list of what you're trying to do, and then they ask you questions, this or this, this or this, and I think it was like 120 options that it gave us to choose. Were you surprised by any?
No.
I've got one oddity on my list that makes sense. I can explain why this is, but most of the stuff is pretty good. So,
and of course your top 10s are always your top 10s in that moment in time. So.
It's always fluid depending on how many times you've played the game, you might rate it a little lower and something else a little higher. I'll explain my oddity when we get there. But
you ready for my number 9?
Number 9. It's new as well.
It's new.
So Ticket to Ride, I'll put it down. Alrighty, on Terraforming Mars that it was 10 and that was 9. Just in case. Just in case they show up later.
We're winging this as we go, people.
Well, because we don't know what we're doing.
All right, my number 9 is Wingspan Asia.
Wingspan Asia.
Which
Well,
makes
you
me
do have
wonder.
Wingspan up at 5.
But
there.
in our randomization, the program you used, Wingspan and Wingspan Asia were separate.
They were because we did two separate.
So, just to throw that out there, they were separate.
So that was.
That was my number 9.
Your number 9 was new. Ish, because you got a Wingspan out there, but.
New-ish. All right, your number 9.
My number 9. Oh, my number 9 is the weird one that I was talking about.
Oh.
So it's new.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, do we have enough tiles?
Hope so. So my number 9 is not Castles of Burgundy. My number 9 is Space Base.
Ah.
And this
Ah.
is the weird one. Because I wrote down what I rated these games. And Space Base is the one in the top 10 that doesn't make sense because I rated it a 7 out of 10. All the others in my top 10 are 10s except for 1 9. But we got a 7 in at number 9.
Who are you and how did you get in here?
I will say that the reason Space Base jumped up as high as it did is because I've got all the expansions here for it, the planet Pluto and all of that stuff. That
Which will forever be a planet in my eyes.
You heard about Pluto? It's messed up, right?
it's because I want to play through these expansions that Space Base crept up so high.
All right.
Number 8.
Number 8. Gloomhaven. Gloomhaven dropped from number 1 down to number 8 for
That's-
me.
7 spots down.
Yep.
Interesting. Is that just because we've played through it and you've...
No, it's still a good game for me, but we've played so many good games since we finished Gloomhaven that apparently 7 other games trumped it.
Crazy.
So that's number 8. My number 8 is on the board. So Wingspan was 8. Carpe Diem.
Carpe Diem.
So Carpe Diem has only dropped two spaces. That's respectable.
It's a good game.
So it's a good game.
Good game. Good game, Brent.
So that was my number 8.
Okay. My number 7.
Lost Ruins of Arnak was 7.
And my new number 7 is Wingspan.
At a -2.
Yeah. Which is interesting because I don't know. In looking at this list, I would say that I like Wingspan Asia more than Wingspan, but it came lower on my list. So again, I don't know how these programs work, but Wingspan is still a really good game. I'm not going to argue with 2 spaces.
My number 7. My number 7 is on the list. So Calico was 7. My new number 7, Great Western Trail. So
that dropped 3.
it got -3.
Interesting.
So far we both have 2 new games and two games that have dropped.
Well, let's see how that's going to change now. So number 6.
Number 6. You had Amsterdam at 6.
This is going to be new. It's already on your list.
Oh. Merlin.
Such a good game.
Yeah, Merlin's a fun one.
That's one my sister will usually request to play when she comes over.
Number 6 is a new game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got an opening there.
It's a lot of writing.
A lot of writing for Dead Reckoning.
Oh, that's my number 10.
This is number 6. That one is new to the list.
Cool, cool, cool.
Number 5?
Number 5. Okay.
It's new.
It's new. It's going to take me a minute to write this one. It's another Stefan Feld.
Another Stefan Feld.
Marrakesh. Such a good game.
It's a real good game.
That's my 5.
That's 5. So my number 5.
Is not Terraforming Mars.
Terraforming Mars is moving. My number 5 is a new one.
We're running out of tiles, man. This might be interesting.
My number 5 is Marrakesh.
Hey! Up top,
All right.
creeps.
Drinking game. We got a crossover. Drink.
I don't have a drink. Not a sponsor. Okay.
Number 4.
Number 4.
Is it Carpe Diem?
No. It's not Carpe Diem. But it is Great Western Trail.
It only dropped 1
Yeah.
space. That's pretty good.
Yeah, Great Western Trail is probably always going to be up there for me.
It's a pretty good game.
And that's all versions, I think.
All right, number 4. My number 4 is on the board here. We did the exact same thing. Our number 3 spot dropped to number 4. But Ark Nova dropped 1 space.
Now, we did get the expansion. Have we played it with the expansion?
We've played 1
yet?
game with the expansion. It doesn't really change the game up a whole lot. It's more variety. It gives you an aquarium
That's the
you can put
aquariums.
out.
I don't remember it.
So I don't know. We'll have to get more plays of it. But so far, just that 1 play, it doesn't change the game. It's just more stuff and allows you to cycle through the cards faster. So I don't have any problem with it, but I wouldn't say it's necessarily an essential expansion yet either. But again, that's just after 1 play. Number
Okay,
3.
number 3.
Things are getting dropped.
Ark Nova is
Ark
my
Nova,
number 3.
Number 3.
What's your 3?
My number 3.
Yeah,
Lost Ruins of Arnak. Dropping down a spot.
It looks like you're pretty consistent with your opinions,
So-
and mine are.
Well, I mean, we seem to be doing the same. -1, -1.
Yeah, but this one's 7.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2 is a new one.
New game.
Yep. So get. Oh, it's already blank. Any guesses?
New game. That's your number 2 favorite. Thunderstone Quest.
Thunderstone Quest.
New.
I love Thunderstone
That's
Quest.
the biggest jump for a game. New, all the way up to number 2. My number 2 is a jump up, but it's a jump up from a game that was already there.
Wow.
Terraforming Mars was at number 5. Now it's at number 2.
Nope, use red. Oh.
That is a +3. It's been a while since we've played Terraforming Mars, and it's just such a well-designed game. I don't know about all the expansions other than Prelude that just seem to add rules overhead. Just the game itself, the way that the milestones and awards are done, and it's such a good game. It could easily be up at number 1, but it's not. It's number 2.
It's number 2. My number 1 is a new game.
It's also new.
It's a new game.
All right, we're not running out of tiles. The pack only came with 32 of these magnets instead of 40. So that's, otherwise we could have just written everything down on that and had 10 and 10 sitting over here.
And if anyone knows me, this is not a surprise.
I might be surprised.
Firefly.
Firefly the game.
It's not a surprise.
Number 1.
That's
Wow.
not a surprise, people.
Wow. Well, let's see if my number 1 is a surprise. So my number 1 is up there already.
Still Gloomhaven?
Still Gloomhaven. It's still such a fun game. So I still play it on the computer with the Steam app. It's still a lot of fun to play. The game system's great, and I'd play it any time. So
Yeah, David gifted me the Steam version, so we'll play that sometimes.
so that's the list. Let's see. You had 6
Yep.
new games on there,
4 existing.
and I only had 4. So my list stayed a little bit more stagnant.
And here's the thing. Okay, so if let's just say we're going to combine Wingspan and Wingspan Asia. If we did that, Dead Reckoning would move to 9, and then, if I'm not mistaken, yeah,
It's number 11
Carpe Diem
would come in.
would come in at 10 if we kept Wingspan together. So
Which would be a negative,
would drop 6.
a
Yeah,
-6 drop.
negative
But-
G. So then that would
so
have
yeah,
just
if you were
been
to combine
5.
those, then
And I think that's what we did last time. I think we did combine Wingspan Asia and Wingspan. If we do it that way, this is my true list. So Terraforming Mars, Ticket to Ride, Castles of Burgundy, Lost Ruins of Arnak, and Amsterdam all came off of my previous top 10 list.
it's same. Our Amsterdam and Castles of Burgundy were the 2 that dropped off of my list. That dropped off of hers, but then Calico and Wingspan also dropped.
Yeah,
off
Calico
my
didn't make my list.
So, what was my number 11? So, it's like if that Space Base Oddity wasn't there. My number 11 was Horizons of Spirit Island.
Did mine come in? Where did mine come in? Horizons of Spirit Island was 21 for me.
Wow.
So, Ticket to Ride dropped down to 14, Castles of Burgundy 13, Terraforming Mars 12. So, a lot of the ones that I had on my top list did stay within the top 15.
Yeah, Calico was at 15. Wingspan was at 13. Kessel's Burgundy dropped to 16. And Amsterdam, 12.
So, did you print all 40?
I did all 40.
What was your 40?
So, the bottom the bottom 5 totally worked out. It was not a surprise. They were my 6s and 5s out of 10s. So, my 40 was Cadwallon City of Thieves.
Huh. Cadwallon for me was 25.
Oh, interesting.
Hamburg was 40.
So yeah, Hamburg was 39, Sentinels of the Multiverse 38, Fortune and Glory 37, and Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition 36.
Fortune and Glory was 33. So 40 for me was Hamburg. 39 was Sentinels of the Multiverse. 38 was Zombicide. 37, Sheriff of Nottingham. 36 was the Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition.
Interesting. So, yeah, my list made sense to me when I printed it out. The only thing that stuck out as weird was Space coming in at number 9, being rated a 7, and having 10 9s and 8s rated that were rated higher but fell lower. But again, it's because I really want to get Space to the table with these expansions. We've played it a number of times with new people, and it's always just the base set. I think I'd like to get David, our son, to come and play and maybe play through some of the expansions, because it's designed by the same person as Dead Reckoning, and so they do the saga system where there's like a little story that you go through as you're adding cards in.
Dead Reckoning and Space are the same design.
Same
Such
designer.
a different. Wow.
Very, very different.
Wow. Kudos. Well, creativity there.
But the way that they're integrating the expansions in with the sagas, same sort of thing. And so you could take the expansions and just shuffle all the cards in just for the variety, but I'd like to experience the expansions as designed. So would like to play that with some people who have played it enough to where it's like, okay, let's start going through the story. And
we could totally throw that in with Stacy as well, because she really likes
too.
Space.
So maybe we get David and Stacy together and just have a Space Day.
Ooh, Space Day.
Space Day.
Say that 5 times real
Hashtag
fast.
Space Bay.
No, day.
So, but
Not
we're going to
Bay.
hold it at Space Bay. We're going to have Space Bay at Space Bay. So.
Stop. And now that I see Great Western Trail on this list, I totally want to play Great Western Trail. And we still have one random review that we have to do of what game?
Myth Pantheons.
So what's interesting is we had scheduled a game day with my sister and a friend to play that game. And I ended up getting stuck at work really late. So they played it. And so you have to have at least 3 players. So they played it and enjoyed it. So I still have no idea how to play this game.
I've played it once so far. Lisa has not. So we need to get people back, get your sister back to play it.
Yep.
And then we'll get that out. Between then, we might have another game review coming out, but we'll try to get that random one out
like
as soon as
above
possible.
and below.
Because I like pulling out the random and just seeing what we're gonna get.
Well, that's going to get us through this collection of seeing what we're going to keep and what we're going to not keep, because we're going to keep all the games we enjoy playing. So obviously,
and we're going to play the games that we enjoy playing.
Right.
So the random forces us to bust out a game that we might not end up liking, and so that's the point of this series, is to get rid of games we don't like.
I will give Norm kudos, because he did show a lot of shelf control with Nerds Day, so we'll discuss that in another video. But Nerds Day came up and we got some games, but we did show a lot of shelf control there.
So anyways, that's our top 10 list so far of the games that we've reviewed.
Our top 10 part deux. So far.
What do you think? Is this a good way of doing it with these magnets? Can you make this out? Do we need to figure out more with the lighting to get rid of glare and the shadows?
Or do we just need to write them on the board and just write them big?
Yeah, maybe we need to do that. We'll hit this again when we do another 20 reviews and see if that changes things up.
We certainly have 20 more games to go through.
So I suspect that these early ones are when the lists are going to be the most volatile, because it's such a small sample size. You're going to get big changes, and then as it goes out, they're going to smooth out a little bit.
I don't know. Mine are pretty drastic.
Yeah, yours was pretty big change.
So, interesting. Okay, well, that's our list. We'll hopefully get that new random video done and probably another one in between somehow because we have to wait to get at least 3 people. So, all right, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go play Great Western Trail.
All right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
All right, don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for everybody who's been following along with us. We are just blown away by the subscriber count increasing.
Yeah, our subscribers have gone up. People are commenting. It's really nice to see
cool.
how people found our channel, and we appreciate every one of you for giving us your time. And
because we're not good at this.
Because we're doing what we can, but we're not YouTubers.
No,
so
we're just having fun. All right,
glad you
so
hung out with us.
we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.